Here's a trade on the US dollar Swiss franc currency pair. Question is, can you see it? In today's video, we're going to take a close look at this trade, put the lipstick on, and contrast this setup with the ICT Inner Circle Trader order blocks. We're following the guidance from the My Trendline Breakout Strategy book. You can make money from home learning this strategy. Here's a disclaimer, it's required by law. And please remember, we enter all trades with risk. Let's get to it. Hey traders, how we doing? We're just going to do a very quick review on this particular pair. It's the UsdChf. Okay. Currently, we're looking at the 4-hour chart. Just to give you some background on this, we've been trading this chart. There's a beautiful head and shoulder pattern here. And it was discussed in our trade group. And it was one that we did take. Here's the shoulder. There's the head. There's the next shoulder. Right? Head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder. More importantly, right, is we had the neckline. You could look at this. I mean, come on. Who can't see that? That is so clearly a level. We were waiting for the break of the neckline, right? And what did we do? We fibbed. Because normally the depth in here, we explained this in a lot of detail. The depth in here equals the output here, right? And well, let's just see how that measured up. It was close. To be honest, I expected it to go even further, and I do expect it to go further, but nonetheless. There's the depth, and there's the output. You could say the output depends on how you measure, because I was looking for it to go to the 200, right? It broke the 618. So, you know, I was like, I mean, who knows, right? Who knows? It could well just be a pullback. It found support on the 200. Hey, look, it could well be on its way to the 200, in which case it would be making a channel, would it not? Right? This is trading. You don't know exactly what's going to happen, but you have to have an idea, a premise for taking a trade. But here's what we're going to discuss now. At the outset, we said, can you see the trade? This is a 4-hour chart. So this is one we took the other day quite successfully, okay? If you got in down here, by the way, to up there, you exceeded that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. This one, but then what happened, if you scale out on this chart, you'll see that, I'm just going to put it on, look. Right here is a level that's been respected. Notice, what we notice is sometimes a level can be respected. Look, it overshoots the level. It looks like the same thing happened here. This right here was a beautiful trade. I'm going to show you that trade. We're going to break it down in some detail. Okay, so here we're on the 4-hour chart. Let's just clear this. Remember, we don't trade levels. We're looking at the single line trend line break. We're looking for a break of the trend line. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Now here we are. We've come to the spot. Let me just show you that this is the same spot, and how you do that is quite simple. Oh yeah, I got a new tool, by the way, guys. Guys, I got a new tool. Let me show you this tool that I got. No, how do you do this again? You go to navigation. Is it this one? Right. I got a new tool, color levels. Look. Oh, how do you do it? You drag it onto the chart, yeah. Kudos to Rob, member of the group. Is it okay? Left. So it's going to come over here. Left. I could put it in the right. You can choose where you want it to appear. So right. So it's going to appear over here, okay? Okay. There you go. Big up to Rob in the group. Rob's got so many of these tools. I mean, good Lord. I prefer to trade the chart, not too many tools. I like to work. This is a job. You want to work on marking up your chart. That's your job. You got to know how to do it. And you got to be consistent. You got to enjoy. You got to love it. Marking up chart. But anyway, if something's going to make the job a little bit easier, now this does. Do you see that? I pressed the blue here and it gave me a trend line over here. So there you have it. Look, see. So if I want to put a trend line, now I'm accustomed to putting yellow trend lines. I'm not going to complain. Here, click it there, and then the red comes over. Do you see it? The red comes over here. I'm not going to complain. Oh, by the way, look at this. We're still on the 4-hour chart, right? This right here would be an order block, would it not? So if we stretch this across here, camera would get straight back, and then bam, there. That would be an ICT order block. That's how the ICT order block work. Now, price goes right through it, right? So then it becomes a mitigation block. Price goes right through it. When price comes back to it, you trade it short. Now, this is why I say every strategy works. I'm just going to put a line up here just to see. Oh, look at that. It seems that price blew past this order block, or mitigation block as it became, the down candle prior to that move, and went to here and respected this, the down candle, the down before the up move, right? So you got an order block here, you got down here, but on a much bigger time frame, this is an order block, right? This order block respected this order block. And I'm just going to put it on this one here, right? And price didn't bounce, creating another one here. Well, that's an order block down before the up move, but price then just continued going down. It blew past this, which would be a mitigation block. It blew past this here, which would be a mitigation block, right? Anyway, so if you got your levels marked in here, right, which order block is price going to respect? We don't trade order blocks, but it's useful information to know. I mean, you can get crazy. Is this up candle? Is that an order block? Up candle before the down move. That up candle before the down move, order block. Do we measure the whole of the? Do you see? I mean, saying, listen, you got to ask the questions, right? Do we measure the whole of that? 50% would be there. No, it didn't get there. So. Right, so when we're talking about the ICT order block, and by the way, which time frame do you take the order blocks from? Here we happen to be on the 4-hour chart, right? So that's not really our strategy, but I'm going to leave these lines on. We're going to drop down to the hour chart. Our strategy is very, very simple, right? Very, very simple. Single line trend line break. Okay, this was a beautiful trade. Now you can put this on two ways, but it broke both trend lines, right? Can anyone and everyone see that? We also notice that when a single line trend line breaks, we also get a break of this moving average, which is a 50 MA, right? Now, by the way, I mean, I spoke with Rob. He introduced me to this tool, and I said to Rob, hey, you know, I'm looking at this trade here. I'm expecting a sort of a turn around this because I know this is the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern, right? So I'm expecting a turn. Now, this is an overshoot, but we've come back in, pull back, retested. We appear to be shooting up. This here is likely a target, right? So 40 pips. It could go on, right? Now, if you're talking about order blocks, then you start looking at, oh, up before the down. So in this area, here's an order block. It could be going into there. But again, we don't know. We just have to stick to the strategy that we know about, the strategy that we understand, the strategy that's clear to us. Here's a single line trend line break. We're going to put the fib, bam, on there like that. Let's just bring the fib in, right? This is textbook, guys. There's a 50%. Boom. We went to the 200, which would have been exactly at this line. Beautiful trade. Let's check it out. That's 90 pips. It went on a bit further. I mean, 90 pips would have been happy for me. I'd have been just very, very, very pleased with that, right? Right? Just a beautiful trade. This is the 4-hour chart. I'm not going to take too long on this, right, guys? Because look, this is on its way. Come on. Anyway, let's leave that alone. Let's go back here, right? Now you see how we can see how this is maneuvering over here, right? Do we see any similarity over here? Right? Look at this trade. It's so beautiful. Now on the 15-minute chart, you could well have got in here and you'd have had your trade to that 200 fib on the same day. Pull back 50% to the 200 fib. You had your result on the same day, right? Just a beautiful trade to put the lipstick on real quick, because I know you guys love this, okay? I know you love it, okay? So we got all our parameters. Entry 1, okay? Got to put a lipstick on, guys. You know, my missus don't go out without her lipstick. Why would we? Why would I enter a trade? Right? Why would I enter a trade without putting the lipstick on? Huh? How am I going to know how good we be looking? I mean, we be looking good when we got our lipstick, right, women? Ladies, how good do you look? How good do you feel when you have your lipstick on? Right? Oh, take profit, target 1, whichever you want to call it. Take profit 1, target 1. There, take profit 1 is in there, target 1 is in there, target 2 is there. Okay. Right? Just a beautiful trade setup for the 15-minute in this, and it paid us off straight away. But then because you see it broke this trend line, right? So at 100, entry on your entry to, right? But now we see it's broken a bigger trend line. So that just would give pause for thought, right? And here we hit the target, right? Notice we got reasons why we get into the trade. Look at this. This entry 2 is a bit tricky because it broke below. Because this is nighttime. My nighttime in the UK, this is 10 o'clock close of, so the line here is new session when it closed. That's 10 o'clock. So that's the end of day for me. Let's just be honest. So on seeing the 10 o'clock close, right? So this area here is broken below. So technically speaking, I'm in that trade and I'm gonna have to suffer this drawdown, right? Of course, your stops are above. We explained all the stops and so on and so forth, right? You know it's up there, right? And obviously pending order. This review. Now remember, ICT with his order blocks, he talks about the, what's it called again? Optimal trade entry. It's about 70, so it's around about here. Sometimes price ain't gonna be there. Look at this. No, look how the 200 moving average acts as a resistance in this area here, right? This here could be considered a mitigation block, right? Price comes back to it. But look, I mean, this is the ICT teachings. I have my teaching, which is a single line trend line break. I may incorporate, hey, when this happens, does the ICT order blocks play a part in my trade setups, my single line trend line breaker, okay? Interestingly, I should, on my charts, maybe I should do this, guys. Yeah. My Trendline Breakout Strategy. There you go. Right. So, on this particular trade, guys, how many pips was this one? This was what we said about from on the 50. And that would have pullback entry. You'd never get that. Beautiful, 84 pips. Take that. Okay, short video, guys. I really do thank you for your time. Remember to like, subscribe, share the video. Guys, we want to get up to 1,000 subscribers, by the way. I mean, we're just over 100 right now. So we'll be putting out more videos, getting myself a bit more organized. There's a lot going on. These trades are happening on a weekly basis. So, I mean, there's always setups. We post the setups in the Telegram group. We had one, I haven't even had time to do a video on that one, was the Aussie Swiss. This morning, we've mentioned the Aussie dollar. There are a lot of trades happening in the market, and this strategy is working. All right. So anyway, appreciate your time, and look forward to seeing you on the next video. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.